Welcome to the Power Hour on Access TV, your source for all things rock and metal. I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Katie Babs.
And we've got 5 brand new great videos for you to check out and vote on. We also have the top 10 videos that you voted on last episode, and we'll let you know how they placed.
We are also going to have a very special guest a little bit later on, Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins, and we are going to show you an interview with legendary Maynard James Keenan of many bands from Welcome to Rockville.
We've also got music news coming your way and the top 10 videos that you voted on this week. But first, let's check out a little bit of last week's #1 video from Wolfgang Van Halen and Mammoth WVH, another celebration at the end of the world.
All right, that was your #1 spot 2 weeks in a row, Mammoth WVH with another celebration at the end of the world. I wonder if it's going to stay #1 this week.
A lot of big Wolfgang Van Halen fans out there, and it is a really cool video because he got the rest of the
mom.
band. Yeah, his mom.
His mom is his #1 fan.
Yeah, Valerie Bertinelli, and I was always her fan when I was a young guy growing up, and big fan of his dad's. And yeah, what can I tell you? I mean, you know,
he's great.
He's amazing. We love Wolfgang, and we're glad that he's in the #1 spot. But will he keep it? We don't know, and that's really up to you, our viewers. You are the ones who have to vote, and remember to use a QR code that's right below us every time you vote for a video.
And besides our top 10 countdown, we also have 5 brand new music videos for you to check out,
including a brand new one from Hardy. Let's take a sneak peek at this right now and check out a little bit of Sold Out.
Hardy's new video for Sold Out, and now it's time to get to our dear friend and co-host, Josh Bernstein.
Guys, how are you? I can't tell you how fun it was hanging out with both of you at these festivals. I am, of course, here to share music news, but more importantly, we are the news. And this weekend was no exception. Sunday night, Sonic Temple, Matt Pinfield's incredible birthday, and who better to celebrate with us than Dave Grohl himself with the Foo Fighters, who came backstage and ate some carrot cake with us. But more importantly, the Foo Fighters dedicated My Hero to our very own Matt Pinfield on stage. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. Matt, what was that moment like for you?
You know, I gotta be honest with you, Josh, what better birthday present than to have somebody like Dave Grohl of the Foo Fighters, who I've known for decades, decide to surprise me by dedicating My Hero to me on stage. And just, you know, it was a lot of love. It was beautiful when he ran over and gave me a hug from the stage. The whole thing was, it was surreal, I gotta be honest with you, because we were like celebrating my birthday with, you know, 50,000 people.
I'd like to dedicate this one tonight to a friend of ours whose birthday is tonight. Everybody, I know you know his name. Hey, you've seen his face. But he's on the side of the stage right now. Would you please give it up for Mr. Matt Pinfield? It's his fucking birthday tonight right over there.
Every guy in the band came over at one point and gave me a hug during the night as a birthday wish. And just to sit there with Josh Bernstein and my girlfriend, Kara, and watch on the stage with them. And there was such a beautiful connection with the audience.
Question for you. Did Dave cook up anything on a barbecue for you that night?
No, but he did wear his barbecue AF shirt.
I know, I saw that. That's why I was wondering, hey, I wonder if Dave cooked something special up for our own Matt Pinfield.
Well, maybe one of these days he will.
Matt, what an incredible moment. Congratulations on turning 29 again. You look incredible. Now, our other piece of news was so exciting. This happened when we were at the festivals, but our friends and longtime Power Hour supporters, Steel Panther, appeared this week on America's Got Talent. Katie, what does Simon Cowell think?
Okay, Simon is usually such a hard ass and so rude to so many people, but he loved Steel Panther. He thought it was great. And the guys even said that if Heidi and Sophia ever wanted to come to a show, they have tickets for life and backstage passes. I mean, that's a given right there.
Absolutely, and I think once you capture that Howie Mandel audience, there's really no stopping how far you could go in the rock and roll business. So our final piece of news today is from Clown from the band Slipknot, who has sort of speculated what a Slipknot residency would look like if they should ever get to that place. Now, Matt and Kate, I don't know about you guys, but I think we're all getting to an age where our musical tastes sort of align with what's happening at a residency in Las Vegas. What would a Slipknot residency look like to you guys?
Well, according to Clown, he said that if they were to do it in London, New York, or pretty much anywhere, that every single night they would perform a different record front to back with a totally different outfit and costume on and different production. It sounds like it would cost a lot of money, but I don't think there's ever been a metal band residency, has there, Matt?
You know, the thing about them doing a residency like a band like Aerosmith or even Kiss, who have done them before, is that way they don't really have to travel. They can spend more time working on getting the material right, the outfits that you mentioned, and they're supposed to drop a new album in the spring already. Slipknot, it was the Great Lost album. I think it's called Look Through Any Window or Look Through Our Window. So that's going to be coming out, so they might have to add more dates. But I could see it happening in Vegas first, couldn't you? I
could see it being in Vegas since Corey Taylor is located in Vegas, and I'm sure they would have Cherry Bombs do the opening show or something like that. But it would be amazing to start a metal residency. We need more metal bands to do this.
Well, I will say if Slipknot announces the residency, us three will be there every week in Las Vegas. I hope it happens. Fingers crossed. Guys, speaking of fingers crossed, I'm so excited that Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins is going to be joining us here in a little bit. I'll be back with some hard-hitting questions for him. Great seeing you guys.
See you a little bit later, Josh. Now it's time to get into our 5 brand new music videos, and we're both really excited about this first one because it's from the Foo Fighters, who just announced Josh Freese is their official new drummer.
Who's incredible, and they did a little medley with him live at the Sonic Temple show, which was incredible. They were trying to show the audience who he's played with before. So they did some of Devo's Whip It. They did March of the Pigs by Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah.
And a little Puddle of Mud's Blurry.
Yes. Love that song so much.
So it was just so cool they did that. And watching Dave trying to, take on the personalities of those 3 songs was really cool.
Well, let's check it out right now. It's Teacher, Foo Fighters. The latest from the Foo Fighters, The Teacher. And moving on to our next one, this guy has many faces. I'm of course talking about Corey Taylor, frontman of Slipknot, doing his own solo stuff and currently on hiatus with Stone Sour. This is his latest, Beyond. The first single from Corey Taylor's second solo record coming out, Beyond. Love that guy.
Yeah, we do love Corey. And you can actually watch his video that he did with us. The entire interview, uncut, is up at AccessTV.com. He's going to release his new album in September called CMF2. And he told me he couldn't be more excited about all of these new songs. And that was a really cool video shot right here.
Definitely.
In California.
When we come back, we still have 3 brand new music videos for you to check out, plus our top 10 countdown.
And coming up, we have 2 interviews. Maynard James Keenan of Tool, A Perfect Circle, and Pussifer, as well as Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins. All next on the Power Hour on Access TV. Welcome back to the Power Hour on Access TV. I'm Matt Pinfield.
It's Katie Babs.
And we've got the last 3 new music videos that we're going to show you this week for you to vote on. And this one, of course, Katie, is from our good friend Hardy, and we loved his performance at Welcome to Rockville. Wasn't he incredible?
It was incredible. We also got to watch a lot of bands perform at Welcome to Rockville together, and we shotgunned a beer together. I don't even know the last time I shotgunned a beer, so that was definitely an experience. Let's check out his music video for Sold Out.
Throw a dead book on my Instagram, grain alcohol in my cup, got the whole house wall to wall, and I still ain't sold out. Yeah, wall to wall, and I still ain't sold out. Wall to wall, and I still ain't sold out.
There you go, Hardy with Sold Out.
Well, it was incredible, his performance at Welcome to Rockville, proving that even though he's one of the biggest songwriters in country music, he is building a huge rock following as well. And in tribute to Scott Weiland and STP, one of his favorite bands, he did an incredible cover of The Big Empty, and the audience was just blown away by that.
His crowd was unreal. Like, everybody says, oh, country and rock, they don't mix. Hardy has proved them wrong because that audience was pure insanity. But moving on to our next one, I know you're a big fan of these guys, Royal Blood. What can you tell us about them?
Well, Royal Blood are a band that started about 10 years ago in Brighton, England. It's a two-piece band, just a drummer and a bass player, but the bass player plays through all these pedals, so it sounds like a full band. And they released what some consider to be one of the best debut albums of the decade, last decade, in 2014, self-titled Royal Blood. They have such big fans that Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin came out and watched them at the side of their stage, flew to New York to watch their little show there when they were just getting signed. And then the Metallica guys were like, we love you, man. So, you know, they've gotten a lot of support. They're about to release their 4th studio album, and it's their first self-produced one. It's called Back to the Water Below. Let's check out their brand new first video from that new album. It's called Mountains at Midnight. It's and Mountains at Midnight on the Power Hour, and we've got one new video left, don't we, Katie?
Yes, one more from a band called Reach NYC. Wonder where they're from. New York City, of course, and Jacoby Shaddix of Papa Roach also did a duet with them. They're going to be playing Louder Than Life in Louisville, Kentucky this year, so let's check out their latest single, Killing Time.
I'm all alone, breaking doors, throwing up bars, burning bridges for us, taking drugs, not enough. This is how I'm killing time, killing time.
Your last new music video of the week, Killing Time, from the band Reach NYC.
Yeah,
That's
their
cool.
lead singer, Renee Mata, is best friends with Jacoby Shaddix and was close friends with Chester Bennington.
Wow.
And wrote a bunch of songs in tribute to Chester because he was really devastated when Chester passed away.
course.
Chester would go on tour, and instead of staying in a hotel whenever they came to New York, he would go and stay at Renee's house. He's like, I just want to stay in somebody's house. I don't want to be in the inside of a hotel.
Yeah.
That's how close they were.
That's really great. Well, when we come back, we still have your top 10 countdown, plus an interview with Maynard James Keenan.
Hello.
Hello.
Power Hour host. Guys, we got to film.
We have work to do.
Oh, here we go. Can I help you?
Yeah, we gotta get in and film.
Got an interview, Hardy.
You guys actually got fired.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually it's my show now.
Welcome back to the Power Hour on Access TV. I'm your host, Matt Pinfield.
And I'm Katie Babs, and we got Josh Bernstein here, and they are going to show us an interview from Welcome to Rockville a couple weeks back with Maynard James Keenan of Tool, Lucifer, A Perfect Circle of Many Things.
That's right, Katie. This is all part of the big, bad, bald Matt Pinfield birthday bash that we're putting off here. And we're so excited that we got to sit down with Maynard. And as you know, Tool, very elusive, very secretive, but they sat down to talk with us. We got Maynard privately to talk us all about his hairless cats.
Hey, it's Matt Pinfield and Josh Bernstein. We're backstage at Welcome to Rockville 2023 for the Power Hour. And we are here with Maynard James Keenan, Pussifer, Tool, Perfect Circle, and of course, a lot of things really, but it's great to see you, Maynard.
Good to see you.
So, Maynard, can we talk about the latest album, Existential Reckoning? I thought the record was really cool. There were songs on there that I loved. How are you weaving it into the live show now when you're in a festival setting like this?
Festival setting, people have short attention spans, so when you have a captive audience that's coming to your own show in a theater or small venue setting. You can kind of set the lighting, set the mood, and kind of take them on a journey. Festival setting, people are short attention span. They probably have been drinking pretty much all day, and they're sunburned and sunstroked.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to turn up the energy a little bit, cut out some of the fat, and just get to the point. So, and you, generally speaking, you're probably not going to be playing to just people that are your fans. So they're being introduced to this thing. So it's a crapshoot, but that's our job, to navigate the crapshoot.
I was curious if since two of your bands are playing this weekend, how is it? I imagine it's challenging as to sort of prepare, right? I imagine it's hard enough to prepare for one show, but to go into a festival, playing both nights, do you prepare any differently for either band or either night, or is it you find it to be a challenge on yourself to play that much, in such a short span?
Thank you for reminding me.
Yes. And they're telling you need to go on stage for 5 minutes, and they need you to do a bunch more meet and greets.
Panic setting in. Yeah, it's gonna be a mess.
Well, there's a great wine on the premises here, so you could always.
Luckily, I don't have to make that today. Luckily, that's
you
already
crush
made.
the grapes
so
yourself.
I don't have to do that today. It's already been done. So we have wine on site.
One of the things that I found really interesting was when you were actually, while the grapes and everything were growing, you were actually had playlists going.
Oh yeah.
Can you explain that to us? Because it's really, for me, that was extremely interesting.
Yeah, when everything and something comes in, I have a playlist in mind. Historically, we might have something specific playing to a specific grape or block that comes in. So I always write it down. And then when it comes in next year, we'll look back at the last playlist to see what was playing and try to match that again so that wine always has similar music playing when it comes in, and that goes on the tasting notes.
It's interesting to me because with the tasting notes and something like that, do you literally, you find there is an absolute significance and difference depending on what kind of music is played?
100% no, it's just a great story.
I love you for those. Hey, I gotta ask you too, you still have the hairless cats?
Oh no.
No?
No. They passed away a long time ago.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's right.
I didn't like that. Do you tell me about your cats?
Well,
my girlfriend and I have 2 cats.
Owning a winery and having a lot of equipment around, like and in Arizona, pack rats are always an issue. Mice and pack rats, they get into the wires and they mess things up. They can cause fires by packing shit into an area that and they're flammable. I don't know what the fuck their problem is. They ended up doing flammable things. So, got cats that are outdoor cats that are basically our mousers, and every day they bring us at least 1 or 2 mice.
Yeah. As a gift, right? I mean, they drop them off.
As a gift. So of course I can't help myself. I built them an entire cat condo, like an 8-foot by 8-foot wall with all the climbing things and the thing. I'm an idiot.
I remember the hairless cats because I never picked up a hairless cat before until I was over at Maynard's house, and we picked it up, and he goes, "Feel that?" And it was the heat off the body. I had no idea that it was going to be the super warm.
And they're super tasty.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is that what I did when they feeding at the asylum restaurant?
Yeah, it's quite yummy.
I got to see the picture.
Quite yummy.
Maynard James Keenan with me and Josh Bernstein right here on the Power Hour. It's Access TV. Backstage, welcome to Rockville 2023.
Maynard is always such an interesting person to talk to.
Absolutely, and we've had some really interesting experiences together. As you saw, we talked about with hairless cats, hanging around the lobbies of hotels where people have ghosts and have died. Crazy stuff.
I also liked his outfit at Welcome to Rockville. He came out dressed in drag.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, it's time to get into our top 10 countdown that you voted for. Don't forget to vote with that beautiful QR code that you see.
Our first one coming in at number 10 is a band who recently played the festivals, Bad Omens, and the title track from their latest album, The Death of Peace of Mind.
When the curtains pull the time, will we both go home alive? It wasn't hard to realize, love's the death of peace of mind. When the curtains pull the time, will we both be satisfied? It wasn't hard to realize, love's the
There's Bad Omens, The Death of Peace of Mind, and you voted for that one to land at number 10 this week on the Power Hour Countdown. No, Sebastian, man, he's really enjoying the success of the band right now. He can't believe, how successful Just Pretend is.
It's incredible, and I'm really stoked for them. They deserve it. They've been a band for a long time. But another band that deserves a lot of credit is our next one on the list. At number 9, The Warning with their latest More. At number 9, The Warning with More. Love those girls so
They're
much.
such amazing women, and they are incredible players. They're so talented that people have been studying Poe, the drummer's tutorials that she has online.
Yeah.
Like, people love to watch the band, and they're so positive, and that's what I love.
And at these festivals, they've been performing their Metallica cover of Enter Sandman, which is really cool to see.
Coming up, we still have your top 10 videos of the week that you voted on.
And we're going to find out where Seven Dust ends up on the list this week.
All coming up on the Power Hour on Access TV.
Welcome to Power Hour on Access TV. I'm Matt Pinfield. I'm Josh Bernstein. And I'm Katie Babbs.
Ladies.
What the? We couldn't even get a warning?
Welcome back to the Power Hour on Access TV. Again, we are your source for all things rock and metal. I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Katie Babbs.
And we've still got your top 8 videos of the week. And coming up, a one that I know Katie loves, because we're big fans of this band.
We absolutely love these guys. Jacoby Shaddix and Papa Roach coming in at number 8. Roach with Cut the Line.
He's been saying to everybody, I know he said it to both you and I and everybody we know, that the new material is super heavy, and he's just pumped to make another album. So in between these tours, they've been doing a lot of recording and writing.
I can't wait to hear some of that new material from Papa Roach. Coming in at number 7, lucky number 7 this week, is Metallica, who are currently on their M72 No Repeat Weekend World Tour, and this is Sleepwalk My Life Away. Number 7, Sleepwalk My Life Away, Metallica. They're crushing it right now. They've been releasing all of those professional shot videos to their social media platforms, which I love watching because it makes us feel like we were there ourselves.
We absolutely were, and I got to tell you, they're going to be doing this new documentary series about their entire career. And when they're here in Los Angeles, when they make their stop on the tour, I was there for a lot of the load and reload era, so we're going to be doing some new interviews for that. Maybe we can get the guys to stop by.
Ooh, I would love to see that.
Okay, our next video is from one of our recent guests. We had Zoltan Bathory here from the band Five Finger Death Punch, the metal band out of Las Vegas. It's latest from their album Afterlife. It's called Save Your Breath. Coming in this week at number 6.
Save my breath, 'cause no one is listening. There's no today, if there's no tomorrow. Save your breath, 'cause no one can hear you. Another day in the life. Save your breath.
There it is, Five Finger Death Punch, Save Your Breath, which is what Ivan Moody's been doing recently because he's been recovering from that triple hernia surgery. I understand. And but we do love that song, and you must too because you voted it to be number 6. Don't forget, vote on every one of these videos. The QR code is right below you. We want to hear what you think.
And our number 5 spot this week, they have been on our countdown for a long time now. It's Lizzie Hale and Daughtry with their Journey cover of Separate Ways. Number 5 5, that Journey cover of Separate Ways from Daughtry and Lizzie Hale. I'm not getting tired of that one anytime soon.
I don't think you get tired of it because it's such a classic song. It's 40 years old, but it's one of those, it's just like a rock staple.
Yes.
And they do it so well, because some people could have destroyed it or really butchered the thing. Then
They
you'd be
could have fucked it up.
They really could have messed that
Yeah.
up. But no, I love their version of it, and I can't wait to see them do it somewhere live in the States, because they've only done it at Royal Albert Hall when she flew over to surprise Chris Daughtry.
And moving on to our number 4 spot this week, as voted by you, it goes to Disturbed with Unstoppable.
That sound of your heartbeat, like a time bomb slowly ticking down. You won't see me coming. I can end your life from not a sound. Hear me now. It's unavoidable. I fulfill my vow. I am unstoppable.
Number 4, Unstoppable from Disturbed. And we're sending all of our positive vibes to David, the vocalist, right now.
Yeah, I've heard that he has a tumor, and he
It's not a tumor!
Yes, but he posted that it was, and we're wishing him well, hoping he gets better real soon. I know he's got a lot to do because people are expecting to see him on tour, and he's such a great front man, and they're no stranger to this countdown. They've had 3 hits on it so far since the show started.
Yes, and let's not forget that he did say that what they removed, he doesn't know if it was cancerous or not. He's still waiting on results from that. So that's why we're crossing our fingers and toes for him and keeping him in our thoughts.
And we're going to have him on the show soon. So we've still got our top 3 videos of the week to go, and the one and only Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins is waiting in the wings.
That's all coming up next, right here on the Power Hour on Access TV. Welcome back to the Power Hour on Access TV. I'm Katie Babs.
And I'm Matt Pinfield. And Josh Bernstein is going to introduce our next guest, who we're very excited to have joining us on the show today.
That's right, Matt. The world is a vampire, and our next guest, he's the lead singer, songwriter, and frontman of the Smashing Pumpkins. They have a brand new song from their 33-song album called Empires. Let's take a little sneak peek of that before he joins us on the show.
Now we've got Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins with us, and we're really excited to have Billy here. Billy, it's good to see you.
Matt, I know you're just getting started in the business, but I like what you're doing, and keep it up.
Yeah, I'm going to try to see if I can maintain some time here, Billy. We'll see. Billy, I got to say, I love this really incredible 33-song rock opera, basically, that you put together here, and if you released in 3 installments. Autumn is incredible, 11 songs each time. And I wanted to ask you, because I know that when you originally came up with the idea, and you've always been a guy you've gone to a grand level to outdo yourself and also to challenge yourself. But talk to me about what people's reactions were at first when you said, I want to do a 33-song, like literally this whole act. Tell me about it. What were people like?
Well, anytime you ask in the question about a rock opera, you're in trouble just starting there. I went to the band with the concept of what I wanted to do about 5 years ago, and they were not very enthusiastic, not because they didn't like the idea, but they were like, oh, that's just a whole lot of work. And this, of course, was all pre-pandemic. So when I started making the record during the pandemic, I didn't tell anybody about it. I just started working on it on my own. Reactions behind the scenes were very, very mixed. Probably more so on the negative side. Nobody's going to listen to all that music. Are you sure you want to do this? What's it going to cost? How are you going to market it? And the people I was in business with at the time really, were very doomy about the whole thing.
Yeah, and I mean, look, Melancholy sold 10 million records. It's one of the few diamond records that are out there. So might have seemed like a good idea to them at the time, but it was one of the biggest selling records of the decade when it came out in the 90s. And what a great album it was.
Thank you. It's a little bit of a catchy thing to say, but it's a weird thing to tell musicians not to make music. Unlike back in the day, you remember the 90s, you did have to ask somebody to buy something for them to participate. Streaming services afford a different opportunity. Almost everybody I know has a streaming service, Spotify, Apple, whatever. So I don't understand what the big deal is. If you put music on a streaming service and people don't want to listen to it, well, it doesn't cost them anything. And if they do want to listen to it, the worst thing you're asking of them is their time.
But I also want to know, I read recently that you had to pay off a hacker who threatened to leak unreleased material from you.
Yeah, we had turned in the record, and it was in the process of sort of being evaluated and prepared for what became the release. And somebody in that end of the system was hacked. And next thing you know, a fan wrote me on Instagram, slid into my DMs and said, by the way, 9 of your songs are floating around on Reddit. I had a minor heart attack and found out that at that point, the hacker was only offering the songs to whoever would pay a particular sum. And so we went ahead and paid that sum, and somehow were able to not only stop the leak from happening. This was 6 months before the album even came out. Wow. But then the FBI got involved because the hacker had used like some kind of Venmo or something and was able to be tracked by the FBI. So thankfully, and the other shocking part was it wasn't just our music. This hacker had a list of crazy stuff, unreleased stuff by other major bands.
I got to see back in '92, Billy, at Reading. We were all there, remember? And you weren't headlining there, but you made, I mean, England was, embraced you. They loved you that day. You went on early that day. I mean, it was so early on.
Matt, you're such a kind person. That was probably one of the worst, if not the worst, Smashing Pumpkins gig ever.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I still liked seeing you guys because I had not seen you in an atmosphere of a festival before. You and I were talking backstage there, and it was, it was Nirvana, it was the Beastie Boys, it was.
It was incredible. But yeah, we had a particular poor day. We were playing a lot of new songs, and I think the pressure of the moment. Some of our band members, or maybe just one, had a particular implosion that day. I think there's a shot that I really loved that was taken that day of me wearing a dress, doing a handstand on stage, or a headstand, which was my way of dealing with the fact that the gig was going poorly. And then I smashed my guitar, and then hit our future record company president in the head with it and made him bleed. So that's my memory of that day.
Well, you know what blows me away? That is the story that's out there, and you will love this, Katie and Josh. Yeah, it was like you threw the guitar, but no one could have imagined it would actually hit the guy from the record company from Hot Recordings in the head. It was almost like you meant it in the way that it sailed, right? It was just one of those things.
All I know is I came backstage and somebody came and said, the guy that's putting out your record, you just hit him in the head with your guitar and he's bleeding. And I thought, well there goes that. He was the sweetest guy. He thought it was really funny, actually, and so it ended up working. We bonded over it.
Well, I guess we'll know when Smashing Pumpkins are having a bad show. We'll see Billy doing a handstand and throwing guitars and hitting people.
Which would be amazing.
But I would also love to know, you are so involved in not only your music, but the wrestling community. Is there something that you would love to dabble in later on in the future that you've never tried before? Like maybe something that you would like to turn into a hobby?
That's a great question. I have a lot of artistic things that I want to do that are sort of sitting there waiting for me to have the time to do it. But I think publicly, when I was a kid, I was really into music. I was into wrestling and I was into baseball. So that would be the only thing left to do, I think, is be part owner of a professional sports team, which honestly sounds a bit boring to me, but it sounds fun.
Add to Katie's statement. You've been so. I'm a lifelong wrestling fan as well. For those who don't know, Billy owns the National Wrestling Alliance, one of the oldest, most storied franchises in the entire business. What is it about, owning the NWA and that vision you've had for wrestling that makes it so special, what you're doing with the NWA there?
I think my approach has been very similar to how we were able to build the Pumpkins, right? When we started, we were a club band. How do you go from being a club band to being one day on, say, back in the day, it would have been MTV and headlining an arena? Well, you have to build kind of an asymmetrical game of getting people excited about what you're doing, but also get them to get on your side with the vision that you have. Because if you're going to compare apples for oranges, well, at that time, Bon Jovi was 8,000 times bigger than we were. So how were we going to compete at that level? We had to be kind of for lack of a better way to put it, we had to be a little bit different, cooler in a different way, and maybe a little more aggressive in a different way. If Bon Jovi was making touring videos, where everybody looks amazing and everybody's got big hair, we were making, videos where we were all in an ice cream truck. We were basically marketing that we were different and we had a different vision, and it worked out. So the NWA is very similar, I think. It has the traditional values because it's a 75-year-old company, the oldest company in the world. But on the other hand, because it's me, we can do anything. And I keep reminding everybody that works at the NWA, there are no limits.
I think there is, lessons the music business could sort of learn from the wrestling business. I feel like there's so many parallels between the two spaces, but you think there's anything that maybe wrestling does better with their fans that the music business could sort of take a page from?
There are the obvious aspects to wrestling that involve optics. A lot of people want to look the part. They want to be chiseled and have a lot of tattoos. I believe that talent always trumps optics. And oftentimes I think the music business makes the mistake of putting optics before talent. All I ever heard when I started in the music business is I, quote unquote, didn't look like a rock star. People would write articles. We would be headlining Madison Square Garden. The article would literally say, he doesn't look like a rock star. Well, I think we've now learned, in the last 30, 40 years, what's the kid's name from England that's the #1 pop star in the world? Ed
Sheeran. Yeah.
Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran doesn't necessarily look like a pop star, right? I think the music business does well when it just lets the most talented people to the front of the line and allows them to do their thing.
It's a great point. And I will say to you and to all the fans out there, we are living through a total golden age right now of incredible music and wrestling, and there's probably no better time to be a fan because there's something for everybody out there, including all the brilliant stuff that you're working on. And Billy, we can't thank you enough for joining us here on the Power Hour. We can't wait to see you on tour with Stone Temple Pilots, Rival Sons, and the boys at Interpol on the Worlds of Vampire tour. We can't thank you enough, and always a pleasure having you here, and we hope you come back soon.
Thanks so much. It was a lot of fun. I feel the power.
Thank you, Billy Corgan, for joining us and keeping the Ball Brigade going. I'm very happy, that there's rock stars out there that have my hairline. I like people with hair
no
too.
hairline.
Well, there is no hairline.
There is no hairline.
Absolutely. Well, when we come back, we're still counting down your top 10 videos of the week, the ones that you voted for, and don't forget to keep voting. QR code you see below me.
We got your top 3 coming up.
Welcome back to the Power Hour on Access TV. I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Katie Babbs.
And we've still got your top 3 videos of the week, but let's take a look and see how the first 7 went.
Hold on a second, Matt. I know that it's your birthday, but this countdown has a lot of bald men on it this week. Five Finger Death Punch, Ivan Moody, Daughtry, he's bald too, and David of Disturbed, all bald men.
We're celebrating baldness and rock this week, but those of you with hair, we love you as well.
All right, now it's time to get into our top 3 videos of the week as voted by you.
And this is our highest debut this week. It comes from the great Shinedown, who are out on the road right now with the Revolutions Live tour, tearing it up everywhere. A very emotional song for the band called A Symptom of Being Human. You liked it enough to vote it up to number 3 this week.
Friends are coming too. How about you? Don't worry, it's all just a symptom of being human.
That's Shinedown debuting at number 3 with their latest, A Symptom of Being Human.
And moving on to our number 2 spot, this was recently your number 1, Mammoth WVH with Another Celebration at the End of the World. Wolfgang Van Halen and Mammoth WVH this week at number 2 with Another Celebration at the End of the World. So who could possibly be our new number one?
We're going to find out in a minute, but we're waiting for that new Mammoth WVH album. It's coming out in August. He's dropped a couple songs from it already, and we'll see how the rest of that album fares. I think it's going to be pretty amazing. But we've got a new number one single right now. Are you ready for this? I know it's a band that Josh, Katie, and I all love from Atlanta, Georgia, and they're up at number one. So
it's Seven Dust with Fence, your number one this week on the Power Hour. We have a brand new number one. It's Seven Dust with Fence. I am obsessed with that song, and I'm so excited that it's our new number one.
yeah, I can't wait for that tour and the rest of that new album. Those guys always deliver. Seven Dust, the Atlanta band that we absolutely love, and you do as well. We can see that why they're at number one this week. What do you think, Josh?
Well, congratulations to Seven Dust and LJ and all the boys. Well deserved. We love that video, but I got to tell you, I kind of want to hear a little bit more of the Foo Fighters. They sampled this song at Sonic Temple, but I kind of want to hear a little bit more before we head out for the weekend.
What's the plan for tomorrow? Where will I wake up? Where will I wake up? Hey kid, what's the plan for tomorrow? Where will I wake up? Where will I?
Well, I got a feeling, Katie, that is going to place very high on the countdown next week. And don't forget, you have to vote. You see the QR code below you. Vote on all the 10 videos in the top 10 and the 5 new ones that we showed you. This countdown is up to you. Thanks so much for watching us. I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Katie Babs.
And I'm Josh Bernstein. Matt, I'm going to end this on one final video for you from Maynard James Keenan.
So apparently Matt Pinfield is having a birthday. Didn't we just do this last year? Well, happy birthday, Matt.